Stadium. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Tampa.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
The Buccaneers at 11-4 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You look at this Browns defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom charts.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season.
And they dropped him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
They'll work the middle here with Wright.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The shotgun snap to Willis.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Cup 19, Cup 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
Willis out of the gun.
Over the middle, complete. That's right. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw, Willis. Short throw, caught by Bowers.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. At the 33-yard line.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check smash, check smash. Ready.
On the zone read to give the right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Flag. 70 Lions.
Willis looking to throw it. And he's got a man. Downfield is hurting. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Right there, right.
They'll run on 1st down with Wright.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4.
Hey, smash Bronco. Let's go now. Nice. Go.
And they'll go right back to Wright.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Willis. He'll try and do this himself.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, his 11th overall. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
When you look at this defense,
they are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ray. Go.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
80, 21, 12.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
1st down, Cleveland.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Go.
Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Set. Go.
Herbert going to keep it on the sneak.
And he'll get in. He's overthrown a touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it will probably work for us. And here, it does.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's a gain of
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd down and 3.
Hurt! Let's go! Let's go!
A give up the middle to right. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Come on! Ready?
Willis now off play action. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Tag! 70 Timberwolves!
Willis looking to throw it.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
19 Tiger! 19 Tiger!
Willis will look to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
George Pickens.
His 19th touchdown now of the season.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, break.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Willis to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Rocco 80. Ready.
To throw, here's Willis. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Leonard Floyd. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. That's taken in by Golden. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now 2nd and 9.
12, 80. 5-9, 5-9.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Flores Aluakin. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Mustang nice. Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
Willis out of the gun.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
The final shot before the break for Herbert.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw here, Herbert.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Second and 10.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Set. Baylor Tiger. 180. Crowd right. Baylor Tiger. Set.
Herbert now.
To the right side and intercepted.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. There's a long way to go in this game. Yeah, they just got to find a way.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Jalen Wright with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that is caught for the 2 points. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Black 80, black. What is it hot?
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Right there, hurt.
Now a give, running left is right.
They'll get forward for 3 down the 16-yard line.
And if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
2nd and 7.
Get it. 60 Eagles.
Now they show jet sweep it instead and run up the middle here. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
On the give, this is Wright.
And they'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Willis.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Brian Brzee
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Malik Willis,
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
70 Lions.
Back to throw, Willis.
And that'll be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
60 Vikings.
Now Willis.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
to get started. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Shamar Turner, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Lion. Hey, go. Hey, ram.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Delta, 12. Go.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Head the street. Come on, go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Levy trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Big Lion. Let's go. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Levy shreds him with a stiff arm. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready.
They run the counter. Levy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him the 1st down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Got it. Ready.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
Here's Willis. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Not what you wanted there. It goes as a sack and a loss of a yard, and now it's 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Herbert off the play action. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Set. Hey, ram.
Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Again, Herbert. Here's one deep for Pickens. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. George Pickens with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. 119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards a carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hurt.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to start this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. This one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Keep moving.
One last throw here for Herbert. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they